I was in a club, they see me in the pub anyway. She saw me like a beacon, brighter than a light, and she was tweaking, running through the streets want me. Hey, what's up you all? It's your boy King JWIGGS here today, or should I say JWIGGS-REACTS. I'm gonna be reacting to Beyond Scared Straight today. The video title is Franklyn was killed, and honestly I'm very shook by that. You know, he was so young, and I remember Franklyn when he was from the videos I've seen a long time ago. He was a light-skinned boy in the Beyond Scared Straight episodes, and I just want to find out like what happened to him, man. This is just sad. Like, people just need to stop going crazy out here.
Shot in the forehead while walking home in Baltimore. Police say it happened
in the forehead
in the 1600 block of West Franklyn Street.
Netflix has purchased a slew of classic programs for its streaming platform as developments in the TV and film industries.
And I heard Beyond Scared Straight might have some copyright problems, so I don't know if this is even gonna get let me post it.
Netflix has recently acquired the rights to all these reality shows. Beyond Scared Straight is another program on their schedule. Beyond Scared Straight is a documentary that follows at-risk adolescents as they participate in juvenile crime prevention programs in jails throughout the United States. 1 month later, the documentary follows up with the adolescents to determine whether the program has had any impact on their lives. Franklyn Morris, who sadly died at a young age, was probably one of the most notable participants on Beyond Scared Straight. In today's video, let's disclose why Beyond Scared Straight's Franklyn was killed 3 years after the program. Before we get into the video, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, or else these spiders will follow you to the bathroom when you take a bath.
Yo, get that off the screen.
5 seconds to do so. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
I feel like this is low-key low. Let me check.
My name is Frank. I am 14 years old, and I like to be on the street.
Who is Franklyn Morris? It's a team-oriented criminal prison program that airs in the United States. Franklyn Morris, who died at a young age, is one of the most notable participants in this.
Look at him right there.
Franklyn Morris was born in the city of Baltimore in the state of Maryland. In 2012, he participated in this program. Franklyn was living with his mother in Baltimore at the time of the shooting. Franklyn joined the show at the age of 14 after being convicted of gambling and vandalism. When Franklyn appeared on Beyond Scared Straight, he was presented to the audience. When he appeared on the program, he was just 14 years old and had been convicted of gambling and vandalism. When Franklyn and a group of friends raided a shop and ripped everything off the shelves, they were thrown out of the business and the owner's vehicle was subsequently keyed. Franklyn took part in the program.
And I've seen that he snitched on himself in the judge court thing.
How many times have you been suspended from school?
You think I count how many times?
Beyond Scared Straight with Franklyn Morris. The most problematic teenagers enter believing they are strong. But after seeing the harsh reality of jail, they learn differently and change their ways. Many prisoners and guards use it to frighten the teenagers and make them emotionally vulnerable so they can speak to them quietly one-on-one, which gets the point through much more effectively. The entire purpose of having the prisoners talk to the disturbed youngsters was to get them to open up. Frequently, the prisoners have followed in the footsteps of the children and are either serving life sentences or have served so many sentences that they may as well be serving life sentences. The prisoners often remind the youngsters that they understand what it's like to be young and feel stronger, but that if they keep violating the law, everything will come tumbling down hard sooner or later. It doesn't matter how indestructible the youngsters believe they are. If they continue to act out and or violate the law, it is a question of when, not if they will be found. The message of "don't end up like me" is loud.
Nah, that was my favorite clip of like all time of all the Beyond Scared Straight.
Franklyn Morris
the door's not open all the way. That was my favorite.
Family and friends
oh yeah, my friend. This is a serious situation.
in this program because they were concerned about Franklyn's path. "My mother said I'm either going to die or end up in jail," Franklyn added. "I don't give a damn about her."
He said that?
Unlike others following the program, continued to think that his actions were unaffected. As a result, he returned to criminal activity, especially gang violence. "I can fairly accurately anticipate what your future is. And right now, what I'm seeing is not good for you," one of his probation officials stated. Franklyn, on the other hand, was unconcerned. Franklyn was shot and murdered on the street by rival gang members a few months later. It's very difficult to pinpoint the breakdown inside the community correctional system in this instance. Franklyn and his family lived in a Baltimore neighborhood with a high crime rate. As a result, we can't be certain whether this is a system failure. We believe that environmental variables have a role in the recurrence of criminal conduct. This program could only have done one of two things: put him in a more rigorous program or give him more active probation officers. In any case, we don't believe any of these approaches would have prevented him from committing a crime.
When my mother says I'm either going to end up dead or in jail, I really don't pay no mind.
What happened to Franklyn? According to CBS Baltimore, a Maryland youngster who was featured on a cable television program aimed at changing the lives of problematic youths was tragically murdered last week. Franklyn Morris was one of 3 adolescents who was shot and murdered near a playground in North Baltimore, according to reports. Morris had featured on A&E's...
Oh. Oh, man. I just can't imagine this. Somebody just being shot in the head, bro. Just being shot, man. I just hope he wasn't. I hope he didn't kill anybody too. But that's just sad, bro. It's like, ah, man. I just hope that. I hope that there's a change in our community that we could just all stop this violence. This is just
Beyond
crazy.
Scared Straight 3 years before, according to relatives and friends. According to CBS Baltimore, the victim was shot and killed on the same street where he walked on the show, along with 19-year-old Marquise Caldwell and 17-year-old Tyrick Adams. The youngster was discovered shot in the head. Some have linked the apparent increase in crime rates to increased police in the aftermath of Freddie Gray's death, but the mayor, according to the station, believes something else is at play. Morris's grandmother, who was contacted at his last known home on Saturday, recognized herself as his grandson and characterized him as a normal adolescent. She asked simply to be called Mrs. Morris and refused to provide her first name. Morris said that her grandson was the family's 3rd Franklyn Morris, after her husband, son, and grandson. She said that her spouse is the only survivor. The 3 adolescent gunshot victims were discovered a few streets away in the Wilson Park area, near the junction of Willow and Alhambra Avenues. 1 person died on the spot. 2 additional victims were transported to hospitals in the vicinity, where they died, according to authorities. Milwaukee, St. Louis, and New York, among other major US cities, have all seen double-digit increases. Unlike Baltimore, other West Coast towns such as Los Angeles are not seeing an increase in homicides. According to the station, the number of murders in July 2015 more than quadrupled from July 2014, with 45 compared to 22.
Yeah, this is getting worse and worse.
Participants from Beyond Scared Straight is honored here. Morris, along with Marquise Caldwell and Tyrick Adams, were shot in the head near a playground. In retrospect, it would be tougher. Franklyn, a little child featured in a 2012 episode, claimed his mother's predictions that he would die or end up in prison didn't bother him. 3 years ago, A&E was one of the 3 teens shot and murdered near the home that was featured in the A&E program Beyond Scared Straight. Franklyn is another young kid who has succumbed to the city's ruthless streets. You will be missed by Beyond Scared Straight. You will be sorely missed, Franklyn Morris. That concludes our video. So, do you think Franklyn didn't change and continue his gang life? What do you think of the program Beyond Scared Straight? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.
15-year-old shot in the forehead while walking home in Baltimore. Police say it happened early this morning in the 1600 block of West Franklin Street.
Netflix has purchased a slew of classic programs for its streaming platform as
I'm just gonna
developments
end
in
the
the
video
TV
here.
and
Like, comment,
film
subscribe, and
industries
stay tuned for more.
grinds to a
King JWIGGS
stop.
out.
If you haven't watched 60 Days In or the rap
I was in a club, they see me in the pub anyway. She saw me like a beacon, brighter than a light.